Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we are doing my monthly beauty favorites from the month of May. But before we go any further, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or a hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. So as many of you may know, I'm a makeup artist and also esthetician, and I now have an online beauty consulting service, which is where you get to talk to me one-on-one and pick my brain about your beauty concerns. Whether you want to go over the makeup you already own and want some technique application guidance, or if you want some advice on purchasing some new products, but you don't want that added sales pressure, the benefit of my service is I work for myself. I don't work for anyone in particular. So I'll just give you my best advice. So to make an appointment, click the link in the description box down below. All right, we are already in the month of June. I have no idea where the time is flying by, but I have some beauty items here that I have been obsessed with for the past month. So it's mostly makeup, one fragrance item, and some nail polish. So let's dive in. The first item I'm going to talk about is from Chanel, and it is in fact the lip color that I'm wearing. It's one of their Rouge Coco glosses, and it's in the shade Bitter Orange. This is the perfect quintessential orange lip. I love an orange lip. I love this for summer, for a warmer skin tone with a bit of a tan. It is so flattering. It's so beautiful, and I just love it so much. And what I love about this formula is that it is very, very opaque. I just have the lip gloss on. No liner, no lipstick, just the gloss. You get so much color payoff with this formula here that you can get away with only wearing the gloss. Now it is a lip gloss, it's not a lipstick, so it will fade away a little bit. It isn't exactly mask resistant, but if you love a glossy lip, especially in this color here, and they have a lot of other colors, it's just a really good lip gloss formula because of the opacity. You get that perfect color. And if you're like me and you feel like being extra, sometimes I love to match my nail polish to my lip color. And so my next item here that is a favorite from last month is this nail polish here from Chanel. And this is number 634 Arancio Vibrante. And this is a gorgeous warm toned orangey red. It really is the perfect match for this lip gloss here. So if you want to be matchy this summer, I highly recommend this duo here. And a lot of Chanel nail polishes are very long wearing. I'm currently doing a wear test on this one here, but this one lasts me a solid week on the toes, pedicure, much longer. So it's just a really great color, and I just think it's such a good, hot, summery shade. And moving on to some more Chanel products, we have the Beige collection, which just came out, but it's a new favorite. Like sometimes the favorites are old favorites that I just keep digging for over and over again, and sometimes they're new favorites that just are a current obsession. So another nail polish here is one from the Beige collection, and this is number 899 Solar. This is a beautiful molten lava chocolate golden swirl shade. It really is like a neutral nude, but much more elevated. It's deep, it has a bit of a gold fleck in it. I think if you had a deeper skin tone, this would be a really, really beautiful nude, an elevated nude, not just your skin tone, but like neutral with a bit of gold fleck, but even with like more fair skin tone, it's a really beautiful shade. And as I'm wearing this today, I am almost at 7 days, so I will do a post in my community tab section to give you an update at 7 days to see how it wears, but so far it's very good. And then continuing with the Beige, we have one of the bronzers here. This is the Healthy Glow Illuminating Powder in Sunset. So I actually picked this up last summer because it's a repeat this year, and it's just a really beautiful bronzer. First of all, the motif, the design is stunning. I love the rope. It makes me think of sailing and being on a sailboat. And it's not quite a flat matte. It has a little bit of a slight satiny finish, but it's not like a chunky glitter or sparkle. It's really beautiful as a bronzer. That's what I'm wearing today. And also I like to take a little bit of this in the crease here in the eyeshadow just to sort of marry the colors together. And it's just really beautiful. So if you missed out on this last summer, it's back, but I think it's only back for a limited time period. So if you do want this, I wouldn't necessarily hesitate for too long. And then the last item from the Beige collection that I got is the Intense Eyeshadow Palette. I am very pleasantly surprised with the formula this year. The previous formulas for me were not fabulous. They just didn't show up very well and they weren't very long wearing. This, however, is long wearing. It performs so nicely. It's very opaque. I think that this new formula is much better in my opinion, and I really like this. This is what I'm wearing today on my eyes. It gives me that like neutral, warm tone vibe for a summer look. I love pairing this with a warm orangey lip. To me, this is an iconic summer makeup look, and I think Les Beige is usually an iconic summer vibe, so I think this looks lovely together. Now moving on to some Dior, I have here their Backstage blush, and this is the coral shade here. This is not new, it's been around for a while. This is new to me. I didn't pick it up when it first came out, but I bought it recently, and I think it's made its round in favorites and haul videos a few times because it really is a lovely blush. It's what I'm wearing today on my cheeks, and I just find that it's such a beautiful corally, peachy, warm look. If you like this type of aesthetic, this like warmer makeup look, I really think coral is a good product to go with because it gives you that perfect hit of a warm, peachy look, but it's not too matte, it's not too orange, it's not like a pumpkin orange, it's just a really nice peachy color. So this I've been using a lot of recently to go with these warmer looks. And then next up from Dior is the complete opposite. I recently bought this online. It's one of the Le Rouge Dior lipsticks, number 792 in Lady Dior, and it has a metallic finish. This is a beautiful, super cool toned, purpley, pinky, fuchsia lip, complete opposite of what I'm wearing today, but I love this as a statement lip color. This definitely is the highlight of your makeup look when you're wearing it, but it's just such a nice change of pace. I do love the warmer looks, but just this beautiful bright fuchsia, and the metallic finish is nice. Sometimes metallic finish products often have this like glittery, kind of gritty finish. This is more of a satin that has a lot of shine to it, and it's really beautiful. It is pretty long wearing. You do have to like touch it up after like several hours and a meal, but it's really lovely. Also, this is the refillable lipsticks, so if you have one of the new Dior lipstick cases already, you don't have to buy the actual case. You could just buy the refill here, and it's a little bit less expensive. So in case you're not certain about buying Lady Dior, but it's just such a fun, bold statement look. And I think summer for me often is about bold statement lips. Hopefully I can wear these out in public again. I just love the look of like big sunglasses with a bold lip. I think that's a really nice summer look. Okay, so moving on to something from Westman Atelier. Now, this is a bit of an old favorite. I recently rediscovered this in my collection when I was like shopping my stash here, and I just think that these are wonderful. So these are the iPods, and this is the Jours collection, so the daytime lighter iPods. And when these first came out, I used them a whole lot more, but it's the tale as old as time. You use them and then, you know, you get new products, so they sort of fade away to the back of the drawer. And I just have been pulling these out, especially for like weekend makeup, because these are individual, so they can be one and done colors individually, or you can mix them together, and it is in that neutral, slightly warm family, except for the lightest color. So the first color here is called Neige, which means snow, and it is a bit of a stark white. I do wish it was a little bit more of a champagne color. Now the next one here, Tabac, I think is my favorite. It's such a beautiful, like, I don't want to say neutral, but it's just like a perfect one and done wash of color. It's so lovely. I think it's maybe my favorite color in the trio here. And then we have Chocolat, which means chocolate, and it gives you that beautiful dark rich cocoa shade. So these are all cream and they're very versatile. You could wear just one as a swipe mascara and be done. You can mix these together. I just did a tutorial, I think just before this video is going to be released, using these again because I hadn't used them in a while. So I created a look with these. So I will link that down below in the description box if you want to watch that. I just think that these are great and I'm glad I'm using them a little bit more, and I'm gonna try to use these up a little bit more often as well. If you hear a dog barking outside, it is not my dog, it's someone else's, and I don't have any control over this. So next up is a fragrance, and this is from Guerlain. This is the Mon Guerlain Eau de Parfum. Now this perfume is new to me as an item that I actually own. I've had samples for several months now, and it was one of those items that I knew I was going to buy at some point. And then I was told about this gift with purchase. So I was gifted a candle that smells like Mon Guerlain and it smells exactly like it. So that's why I bought the perfume here. This is such a lovely, decadent, gourmand fragrance. It's a little bit floral as well, but you get lots of vanilla bean, some tonka bean, a little bit of musk, some white flowers. It really is very, very feminine, also soft, and I think if you like Lancôme La Vie est Belle, you would like this, but it's lighter. I think Lancôme La Vie est Belle is more syrupy, more of like that butterscotch caramel swirl. This is in that vein, but a little bit lighter. Even though it is an eau de parfum, so it is a bit heavier, I think it's such a lovely fragrance. And I did opt to get the larger format. Usually I get the smaller ones just because I have such a large collection, but I got the bigger one just because I know I love this style of fragrance. Let me just go ahead and give myself a little spritz here. Now, next up is another nail polish. I have been in a fun summertime mood all month of May. It's been unseasonably warm here, and so summer has essentially started in May. So summer manicures, summer pedicures have been on my mind. And one brand in particular that I really love is called Color Club. They are really good at creating really fun, bright, festive colors. They have lots of pastels, lots of neons. They have just a lot of color selection available. And this shade here is called Wee Liming. And it really is just the perfect, super lime green shade. So fun and so flashy, and I love this type of nail color. Clearly, it's hard to match your nail polish to your lip if you're wearing this type of color, but for me, this is just such a beautiful shade, and I think as soon as I do my wear test with this nail color here, I will be applying Wee Liming here just to be fun. Okay, so our last category here is Chantecaille, and the first item I have here is something that a lot of you have mentioned for a long time, and I finally got around to trying it, and this is their bronzer. This is the Real Bronze in Sirena. So I've had this for a few months now, and as you can tell, it's been well loved. I love the texture of this bronzer here because it feels like sort of gel but firm. It's not like a squishy texture, but it also doesn't feel like a hard powder either. And the color is really, really beautiful. It's a really natural bronzer that has, I don't want to say like maybe like a slight satin finish. It's not a chunky glitter again, but it gives you just like a soft satiny finish that's not a hard matte. So it just looks very natural, and it's also really great to use as eyeshadow, just to put a little bit in the crease to blend out whatever you're wearing, just to give you like a really light, natural makeup look. And I think if we compare the Chantecaille to the Chanel bronzers, the Chanel one looks a little bit warmer, a little bit more yellow, and the Sirena bronzer is a little bit more cool toned. So I like having variety. I am quite extra. So I just like having both of these in my collection, and they're both really wonderful. They both have that slight satiny finish. So you're going to have like a really natural bronzed effect, because when you do get like a little bit of a tan, it doesn't look super matte. You know, you have that little bit of a glow. And I think both of these bronzer formulas do give you that little glow. And now let's move on to the Flower Power collection. This is Chantecaille's summer makeup look. So the first item I have to talk about is one of their lip cheeks. And this is the shade Capucine, which is a beautiful warm orangey red. We've already established this is my type of color, so of course I love this. This is more of a lipstick formula, so it will be a little bit more long wearing than a gloss itself, but because of the Lip Chic formulation with the level of hydration, it's nice to just be able to reapply this. Like, you don't need to apply a chapstick in between reapplications. You can just apply this on its own and your lips will be moisturized. So for me, this is definitely a top summer choice for a lip shade. And then next up in the Flower Power collection is the Rosy blush here. They only came out with one blush for the collection, which I kind of like that Chantecaille has very small seasonal releases. For someone who is a big makeup fanatic, I kind of like that because it's less stress and less options. So I'm just like, okay, there's only a few items, that's easier. So this one here is a nice neutral. It's not too cool, not too warm. For me, this has been my no-brainer blush. Today I wanted something more warm and orange and peachy, so I went with the Dior Backstage. But on a day that I can't really be fussed, you know, thinking too hard about what blush to wear, I like this one because it is a really good neutral. So it kind of just goes with everything you're wearing. It's very much a workhorse blush that kind of just blends in with whatever you're wearing. And then last but not least, we have the Flower Power blurring powder here. This came out last year as the Hummingbird powder, but it's back now. So this is the light to medium shade. There's a darker one available too for deeper skin tones. And I hope that they come out with a third one as well for even deeper, richer skin tones, just so that everyone can be included in this beautiful blurring powder here. So I've been using this quite a bit, as you can tell. I love it on top of a foundation, on top of a skin tint, on top of a CC cream. I love that it does not settle into fine lines or texture. It doesn't pick up on anything. It just kind of gives you a little bit of a blur. And I like too that it offers a little bit more coverage than just like a skin tint, because I do like more of the very light to medium complexion products. Adding a little bit of a blurring powder just helps me get a little bit more coverage but still keep it very light. All right, so I think this is my roundup for my favorites for the month of May. It's pretty concise. I am a makeup fanatic, so it makes sense that this would be makeup heavy, and I definitely have been experimenting with a lot of nail polishes this month. So I hope you enjoyed my top favorites from the month. Some of these are new and some of these are just like old favorites I've been reaching for over and over again. Please let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know what were some of your favorites this month. Have you also just skipped from spring into summer mode? I know I have. I'm like, spring, we had spring for a few days and then we just skipped straight into summer, and I'm ready for it. I'm ready for sandals and pedicures and bold orange lips. I'm here for it. If you're new to my channel, please take the time to subscribe, and you can also hit that little notification bell on the side so you can be notified whenever I post a new video. So on that note, I think this is all I have for you guys for today. Thank you all so much for stopping by. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.